Hey guys, AWE exhaust is here. Let's open it up. Oh, that hurt. Track edition. Alright, so the rest of it is just piping. This, if you guys don't know about AWE, is the best part. They give you candy in every box. Alright, so as you can see, everything showed up. I'm going to get started on the install, but first I'm just going to lay next to this thing for a while. I ordered it about 10 weeks ago, which right now is their lead time, so if you're going to order one, make sure you know that. Alright, let's get started. Alright guys, so we're going to get started. Make sure when you do this, the car's been cooling for a while because the downpipe, the turbo is here, the downpipe's here. We need to reach back there. It's going to be super hot. So we're going to pull off the engine cover. We're going to take off the 4 bolts that hold the heat shield on. And then we're going to get back here and get to the bolts back there. I found my GoPro light, so I will make sure I put that on this time for you so you can actually see. And then as a little surprise, Integrated Engineering is going to be sending me a couple parts. So this is going to be replaced with Integrated's piece. This eventually when it's back in stock because carbon fiber is kind of scarce right now. And the front mount that's under here is also going to be replaced as well. Alright, so I've got the light on as you can see, and now you can finally see down there. So what I'm going to do first is put some penetrating oil . Soaked from up top. You can only get to 5 of the 6 nuts that you need to remove. They're 13 mil. 2 are right here, and the 3 on this side. There, and back there. I'm gonna let that sit for a minute, and we'll get cracking. Apologies, the nuts down there are actually 12s, not 13s. My mistake. Alright, so we're under the car. We've got the belly shield off. It's just 5 fasteners, and it's just the fabric one that you're taking off, which is right there. So from under here, you can see the downpipe, and then right up here is that 3rd bolt on the driver's side you need to get off. It's the first time I've been under here with the belly shield off, and it looks like I've got a nice seep or leak. So I guess this will be going to Audi soon since it's technically still under warranty. Whatever this is should not have been caused by any of the mods that I did, so they should cover it. Keyword being should. Alright guys, so we've got that side completely off. The bottom nut, it sucked, but I mean, if you keep going, I used a standard 12mm wrench, which is right here. I used that end. I was also able to use this guy here, 12mm with a flexible head. That fits up in there. You attach it to that, and then you can actually angle this a little bit, and then you can get a little bit of leverage. It was, I mean, I couldn't fit a breaker bar in there. I couldn't fit anything in there just because I'm up on the jack stand, so not a whole lot of room under the car to work, but not a big deal. We got that one off. This one though, back here, the one that's back behind it, back there, is being a it's being annoying. I only have the 12 and the 12. I don't have an S wrench, which they recommend for those back bolts. So what I'm gonna do is pause for tonight. Tomorrow morning, head to Lowe's, grab an S wrench, get back at it tomorrow. Once those are out, I've already loosened the clamps underneath. So the clamps there, and then there's clamps back there. I don't know if you guys remember, if you watched the video, that is an ECS X-pipe delete. So this will actually be a little bit easier than OEM because I've already cut this there and there. So that I'm gonna be able to take off first. Once I get the downpipes both loose, I can then just drop it down and pull them out. So really should not be too bad. And then once the X pipe is out back there, the rear suitcase, the muffler, whatever you want to call it, will be a singular piece. You drop down the hangers, and then you are free and clear. Yeah, so that's it for tonight. I'm gonna head inside, shower up. As you can see, this arm, I don't know if you can actually see it or not, but when you're reaching up past the transmission, and unless you've got really skinny arms, you know, you're gonna couple battle wounds, but you know, whatever, comes with the territory. But I will see you guys in the morning. All right, guys. Next day, we made a run to Harbor Freight, got some S wrenches, so wish me luck. All right, well, I don't know if you can tell by my frustration in my face, but there is not enough cuss words in the dictionary to explain how hard it was to get that rear bolt off. I think I filmed that last shot like an hour ago. It really took me that long. It's so ridiculous. The Germans should put back there, abandon hope, yield and enter here, because it was dumb. But you can see it back there. I don't know if you can. It's off. All 6 nuts are off. My suggestion, if you're gonna use one of these, maybe cut it off right here. That actually would probably give you enough room to really get in there. The issue was, even if this being a 12 teeth wrench, getting it turned, resetting it, there was not enough room to reset it, so you had to kind of grab it on the edge, get it in there. It was a freaking nightmare. So my suggestion, buy one of these and cut it off. I didn't have my cutoff wheel with me here today, so I couldn't do that, but we got it off. We're all good. I'm gonna jack up the rear of the car and get pulling this thing out now. All right, exhaust is completely out. You can see how sweaty I am. I guess I'm thankful that I live in Florida, but it is hot and humid today, even though it's almost Christmas. It's pretty wild to me still. All right, so here's the rear section. This came out first because I have the ECS X-pipe delete. So I loosened the clamps back here, loosened the brackets for the hangers. They're 13 mil. Pop the hangers down, pop the rear section out first. Of course, unplug the valves. Did the 13 mil in the one set of hangers. I think it was a 10 mil in the other set. Got that off, and then pulled the front section off. That actually came out a lot easier than I thought, especially being on jack stands. I thought I was going to have an issue, but I didn't. It came right out. You can do it on jack stands. Everything will come out just fine. And here's my helper, Archer. Archer. Hey, say hi. Say hi. Ooh. So the front section here, I've got to swap over the hangers to the front section. It comes with new gaskets. You reuse the 2 existing bolts or studs that are on the downpipe, and then they include new ones to tighten that all up. Here's the rest of the piping. Again, just excuse the mess. Transfer over hangers, all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna start from the front and work my way back, and I'll kind of show you guys as I go. All right, so you can see I've got it started on the downpipes, or yeah, I guess they're called downpipes. I mean, technically this is the downpipe or the catalyst, but those are the physical downpipes. So you can see down here, they include 2 brass nuts per each side. They're locking nuts, so you don't need a wash or anything on them. They also include new gaskets, 2 on this side as well. And on the back side of the downpipe, there's actually a welded nut back here, right there. That is the really hard to reach one. So I think they thought of that while getting all this together, because the OEM one, the stud stays on the downpipe, so they replaced it with a welded on nut, and then they gave us a new bolt to go through and tighten everything down. Instructions specify to do this first, tighten everything to spec, then get under the car and work your way back. Not tightening anything until you are all the way to the end and everything is lined up. Then you go back and retighten everything. That way you know it's all lined up and looking good. And don't mind my mangled heat shield here. I'm going to go back and fix that. I kind of got frustrated when I was trying to get that one out. You probably saw it in a previous clip and you're like, what in the world is that mess? So yeah, it's you know, but it's like bendable friggin' whatever metal, very thin metal. So I'm gonna go back, reshape it, put it back in, bolt it back up. There were like 5-10 mils that hold it in place. I thought that would give me a little bit more access, which actually it did. I mean, the tiniest bit, but that is all that I needed. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this tightened up to spec, get under the car, and we'll get started working back. Let's go. All right, guys, as you can see, both downpipes are installed. If you look up here, that spring bolt gets reused. AWE bracket that's on the downpipe has a kind of built-in nut for it, so you attach it there. Of course, the bolt on this side getting back in was more of a pain than the other side. Not a big deal. See the hanger, and we've got the rest of that to go, and then we'll get you a cold start. All right, hey guys, just a little update for you. So I've got the front clamps tight there and there. I'm gonna work on these next, and I'll keep moving back. I've got 6 more clamps to go. We've got the middle brace installed. Pro tip, pull out the 10 mil that's here, and that way you get a little bit more room in here because of there's spacers that are included, and you gotta have enough room to install them against the body. And I was fighting with this for a while before I realized let's just go ahead and loosen it, and then it went on no problem. Also, when you're adjusting this thing, the 2 front pipes here and here, as you turn them, it'll adjust the entire exhaust system from here back. So what you want per AWE is about 3/4 to 1 inch of space in between the brace and the exhaust, and then the same up top with the drive shaft that's coming through. That way you don't come in contact with anything. So as you can see here, we've got about a finger in there, and I can put about a finger up top as well. So I think that's going to be fine. Once you get the desired fitment, you want to hold the pipe in place, and I clamp these down on both sides. Also, as you can see here, you want to make sure you don't see any holes or anything. So you want to make sure you have a good seat, and then per AWE, this kind of gets installed basically all the way down at the bottom for a good seal. Otherwise, you may have exhaust leaks. Still have to put the tips on way back there. And as you can see, it's dark out now, so don't know if I'll get a cold start video tonight for you guys, but I will certainly include one in the video. Alright guys, good morning, good morning. There all are the tips. Just the tip. Let's go ahead and get y'all set up. Do a little Monday morning cold start. See how much the neighbors get mad. She's spicy. I'm gonna go ahead and load up Archer. We're gonna go for our first drive. All right, we had to fill up real quick, but we've got Archer back there. Say hi, buddy. And right now I'm in Sport Dynamic and I'm in 6th gear, and it's pretty good. There's not a lot of drone, but I'm only doing about 55, so it might increase on the highway, you know, 8th gear, doing 80, 85, but if you step on it, let's see if you can hear it. AWE. You guys know how to make an exhaust. That sounds really good. That upshift, I got a nice little pop out of it. And of course I'm going to integrate his tune. The stage 1, they're not doing crackle pop on. Stage 2 though, they have the crackle pop software, which is fine. I don't want it to be overly excessive. And I do still get pops on downshifts, just not like blah, 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 blah. You know, not like a freaking machine gun or something. But yeah, this is awesome. All right, so now I'm just in drive at idle. It sounds almost stock, just a little more pronounced. And I'm gonna do a little drive in just standard, no upshifting, nothing like that. And if you look, we've got a quiet Audi and a loud Audi. Obviously this is the track exhaust, so there aren't any valves. You know, when I put it in sport or regular, there shouldn't be any difference. I know when you put it in sport, the RPMs increase a little bit, but from the downpipe back, this is all brand new, just straight through piping. So you're not gonna be able to get any quiet mode if you need it quiet. All right, so we made it home. This thing is awesome. Massive shout out to AWE for working with me on this. Hope to get some more parts from them in the future, and I'm gonna produce some more content, you know, featuring them and integrated, of course. And yeah, super happy with this purchase. So if you had any doubts, or if you were worried about doing a track exhaust or anything like that, honestly, this is a daily driver, and it's awesome. I love the way it sounds. It's not overly loud. And I mean, I'm only 35, but my hearing is a little bit older than that thanks to the Army. So, you know, I've got a little bit of sensitivity there, but this exhaust is awesome. I think I've said that about 4 times now. But Archer is ready to get out of the car. And yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, all that stuff. Since I probably won't see you guys until after the holidays, I want to wish everybody a happy holiday and a happy new year. Don't know if I'll have another video coming out before then, but I'm gonna try. My mom's coming down for Christmas, so I'm pretty excited to see her. I haven't seen her since I got back home last year from deployment. So you know, happy holidays. I hope you guys enjoy it. Spend time with friends and family and all that kind of good stuff. And until then, take care.